Listen, I want you to know that I appreciate you too. I'm not going to be long. I just wanted to come and share today. And my name is Christy Iwuchukwu, and I help coaches, authors, and speakers create more impact and income using the power of storytelling. I am super excited coming to you all the way from the sunshine state of California, the beautiful city of Sacramento. That's right. That's right. Come on in. Come on in. I'm going to get started. I am not going to be long. So you probably have seen the title of today's video. The title of today's video, we're talking about how to avoid this one mistake that can cost you as a speaker from getting rebooked. That's right. And I don't know how many times you probably have an experience from what I'm saying that you have been to an event and a speaker is going on and on and on, basically disregarding other speakers there to speak. And I have had an experience myself going to speak. I only had 15 minutes to speak. And the speaker right before me also had 15 minutes to speak. But guess what? She spoke 10 minutes over her speaking time. And that left me with nothing but 5 minutes to speak. You know what? And I know if you're putting on an event, it can be nerve-wracking because you never know how long your speakers are going to really neglect the time slot that they have and keep speaking. And if you have a good, MC, the normal thing they will normally do is to just keep walking towards the podium, the stage, and once you see that person coming, you know it's time for you to get off the stage. But oftentimes you see people asking, how many more minutes do I have? And they know there are other speakers that are going to speak after them. So I am here today to really share with you how you can navigate that issue. And what I'm talking about is about your speaking rate when you have a presentation. That's right, your speaking rate. How do you determine the words, how many words per minute that you have to use when you are speaking or giving a presentation? So this is, it's not a fast rule, but this is really a general rule. A minute, speaking for a minute, it's about 125 to about 160 a minute. 160 a minute. So for some people, if you were me, because I speak slow, and I normally fall into 125 words to 135 words per minute. That's where I fall in. But depending on what I'm doing, what type of presentation I'm giving, I can go to 140. But oftentimes I stay there. So it's my rate of speaking, it's around 125 to 135 for the most part. I can go to 140 depending on what type of presentation that I am giving. And if you are a fast speaker, some of them can go all the way to 160. And if you're an average speaker, you can go 135 to about 150. And if you're a slow speaker like me, you probably stay around 125 to 135. And there may be people and I've been to a presentation where the speaker is slow, speaks very slow. And in that instance, I think they're probably speaking around 100 words per minute. So it's really, regardless of what your rate is, it's really important to determine what type of presentation that you are giving. For you to determine what rate that you're going to speak on, you have to determine also what type of speech that you are giving, what type of presentation that you are giving. Because if you are giving, but I'll come to that. So if you are giving a presentation that is about 20 minutes, And depending on how you speak, your rate for speaking, you can be taking about 2,500 words to 3,200 words. And if you are giving like a 30-minute speech, it will be about 3,750 words to 4,800 words per minute. Why is this so critical? Because as an event planner, the person who is organizing the event, it's really critical that they stay on time, because people come in knowing exactly how long the event is. And if you go past over the event, some people are not going to be happy with you. Some of your attendees are not going to be happy with you. So it's part of your job, part of your duty, which will be really nice as a speaker, that you pay attention to your speaking lot. If you have to speak more than the required slot that you've been given, it's better that you arrange it with the organizer. Other than that, really pay attention to your speaking slot, how many minutes you're going to speak, so that you will give other people the opportunity to be able to speak as well, and respect the organizer as well. I know for me, I would rather speak in less time than speaking more than the time that I am allotted. So, but having said that, there are other things that can influence the rate that you speak. That's right. There are other things that can influence your speaking rate. So what are those? I'm just going to talk about three things. One of them being when you, especially if you're starting out to presentation or to speaking, is when you are nervous. When you are nervous and you are speaking, the tendency is for you to hurry up and speak. You tend to speak very fast so that you can get off the stage. So the first one is, if you are nervous speaking, especially when you are starting out speaking or giving presentation, people tend to be very nervous, and that can also impact how you speak. Another thing that can impact how you speak is how you naturally speak. Somebody like me, I speak slow. I speak very slow. English being a second language to me, I want to make sure that people understand what I'm saying, that I take the time to enunciate what I'm saying and the presentation that I'm giving so people can understand me. And also, that also depends on whether you're just giving a presentation, you are speaking to people on a stage, or you are just teaching a class. They're two different things. If you are teaching a class, especially if that class is very complex, your content is complex, you really have to take the time, know what rate that you have to use so that your people will understand what you are talking about. They are able to understand it. Because if you speak very fast, then you lose the chances of losing your listeners, your audience. And also, it also depends on, and I know I've said it, it really depends on the way you speak. Even if the content is not complex, but you are naturally a slow speaker. I think it will be, not I think, it will be better for you to slow down and speak. That's what brings me to the next point that I'm going to talk about. The next point that I'm going to talk about is, when it comes to presentation, I always believe that less is better. That's right. When it comes to presentation, I always believe that less is better. Because oftentimes you see people, they have 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes presentation, and they have the content that is enough for an hour or 2 hours. And when you do that, you are doing your listeners disservice. Why? You're trying to finish the content, and you are not allowing your audience the time to really understand what you're talking about and process, so that they're able to apply the content when they leave your presentation. But when you are speaking very fast because you are trying to make sure you finish everything within 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or even 30 minutes, it's just being it your listeners will not have the opportunity to enjoy you speak. And you do want to show your amazingness. And it will really be better if you can just know how long you're going to speak and what time it will take you to speak. That's what I wanted to talk about today, and that's what will make your presentation. It will add to your presentation next time that you speak, that you are doing several things. Number one, pay attention to the time that you've been allotted to speak. Pay attention to the rate in which you speak, and pay attention that you are not speaking too much. In other words, you're not giving so much content that is needed. Sometimes when it comes to presentation, I believe that less is better. It gives you, as the presenter, the opportunity to really enjoy the audience, to connect with the audience, to interact with the audience. It allows the audience to really get what you're saying, process it so that they're able to apply it. And that's what speaking is all about. It's important knowledge. But if you're speaking so fast and you have so much content that your listeners are not enjoying you, or that you don't have enough time to really give what you have to give, present in a manner that both you and your audience will enjoy your presentation, it really doesn't do you any good. So what I really want you to do right now is, as you watch this, when you get to the end of this video, do me a favor, go ahead and share it. Like, comment, and share it with other people. This message is for someone out there. And all I ask that you comment, like, and share. And don't forget to drop your name. I'll be sure to come back and shout you out. Until next time, everybody, my name is Christy Iwuchukwu, and I am reminding you that your fingerprint is by design and not by choice. And guess what? The world is waiting for you to rock your brilliance. Bye, everybody.